Hi, my name is Gray Fagan. I'm Graysworld on all the social media platforms, and I'm answering a Q&A from famous birthdays. Okay, so the first question is, do I have any hidden talents? I don't really know if this is a hidden talent, but a lot of people don't know that I can do this, but I can actually play the piano by ear. So I taught myself by ear, and I like to write songs and stuff using that skill. But yeah, that's, I suppose, my only hidden talent. Next question, have I ever seriously considered quitting social media? I can say there was one time that I considered quitting social media. It was right when I first started, and I was having trouble kind of finding my niche of what kind of videos I wanted to make on TikTok especially. And I just flat out like deleted the whole app because I got so frustrated. And this was around Christmas of like 2019, and I think I only lasted probably like 5 days, and then I re-downloaded it, and I've had it downloaded ever since. So haven't considered quitting since then, but it did kind of force me to figure out what kind of content I wanted to make, which was probably good in the long run. Next question, if you could ever have your dream vacation, where would you go and what would you do? Currently, my dream vacation is to go to Scotland and just explore. I want to walk around, I want to indulge myself in the Scottish culture. I don't really know why Scotland. My last name is Fagan, so it has like some Irish roots, but Scotland for some reason, even though it's not Ireland, to me is calling my name. I don't know. I want to learn how to play bagpipes. I want to take a horse riding lesson along the coast of the Scottish land, and it might have to do with me watching the movie Brave and wanting to live that life. I want to stay in a castle. A lot of stuff I want to do, but in Scotland. I've been like incessantly DMing Scottish castles on Instagram, trying to like plan this trip out. So we'll see. I'll hopefully make some content when I'm there. Next question. What advice would you have for someone who wants to be a social media creator? I suppose my advice would be to kind of find your niche. Because there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things on the internet, but the people that I most enjoy watching are people that clearly enjoy what they're doing and know how to make that kind of content in a way that feels fresh every time, and it's just because like that's what they do. So me, for instance, I do like absurd comedy. I like doing all kinds of videos, but like I'm really good at that, and people enjoy that kind of video for me, so I kind of found a way to be an absurd comic in 1,000 different ways. And once you do that, once you become a master of your niche, then you can start expanding beyond it. But when you're first starting out, you have to identify what kind of creator you are and where you fit in the creator space. So start small and get bigger as you go. Next question, what are your favorite movies of all time? I don't really have like a favorite movie, but I have a favorite genre, and I love disaster films. Like, I think you can make a disaster film into any kind of film. You can make it horror, you can make it thriller, you can make it comedy, you can make it romance. And I love, like, the Titanic is a perfect example of a movie that does it all for me. It's like a period piece. It's grand, it's huge, it has a huge disaster, but it's got funny moments, it's got romance, it's got thriller, I got gun fights. I mean, it's got everything. So any movie like Titanic, I love. There's a new movie called Poseidon, which is about a cruise ship flipping over and people have to escape. I realize now I'm like listing a bunch of like ship crashing movies. Maybe I'm just now discovering that's my favorite kind of movie. But no, and I love those kind of movies. I also love like movies that make you think, like Inception, where you have to like, while you're watching, you have to actively be trying to figure out what you're seeing. And I think that's a really fun way of keeping an audience entertained and engaged, is forcing them to kind of like figure out what's going on as it's happening. What is one of your most embarrassing moments? I have so many embarrassing moments. Probably the one that comes to mind is when I peed my pants in first grade, or I think it was third grade, one of the two. And I couldn't make it to the bathroom. My teacher didn't let me go, which is why does that happen? Why do teachers do that? They don't trust you when you say you gotta go to the bathroom. Anyway, I got almost there, peed my pants. I had like pee all in my pants. I didn't know what to do. So instead of like going in and telling them what happened, I actually shoved my pants full of paper towels from the bathroom, and kind of like a scarecrow, I just shoved my pants full to absorb all the pee, and then I thought it was fine. I thought no one could notice, and then I went back to class, and at one point I was helping clean up, and one of the students was like, "Hey, Gray, like, what is that?" And I looked down, and there's a piece of the paper towel like dangling out of my pant leg, and I tried to play it off and be like, "Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is." And I went to go pull it off, and instead it like grabbed the rest of it, and then I was like a magician, like pulling out the scarves. It was just like all this paper was coming out of my pants, and everyone was just really confused and didn't know what was happening and why I had shoved my pants full of paper towel. And I never told them why. I never explained it. I just kind of like threw it in the trash can, and everyone was silent, and I think they kind of knew like he peed himself because it was all like yellow. And yeah, I was just really embarrassed, and no one ever spoke of it again. What is something most people who follow you don't know about you? I think a lot of my followers do not know that I actually graduated from film school. I did full film school. I studied directing and editing. And so before I was even trying to be a social media creator, I was trying to pursue being a filmmaker, film director, editor, all that. And I still am doing that. I'm actually directing my own short film. It's a musical, because I like to play music, like I said. Originally wrote musical, composed by myself, and doing that in a month or so. And yeah, that's so adjacent to my TikTok career. I am also building a film career. So hopefully one day I will be making movies for theaters. That's the plan. What would be the one superpower you would choose to have? I would 100% choose to be able to teleport. I think, like I said, I want to travel. I love the idea of traveling. I want to go to Scotland. If I could just teleport there in an instant, I would 100% take that power. If I could just, in a flash, like be somewhere, I think is like, it's just taking out the element of having to get in an airplane to go or in a car. Imagine how nice life would be. So yeah, that would be my superpower. What's your goal for where you'll be 3 years from today? So kind of like I mentioned earlier, I went to film school. So yeah, 3 years from today, I would love to have directed my first feature film. I would love to have gotten my film into a couple different festivals, maybe picked up by a studio. But yeah, 3 years from today, I'm hoping that I'm like actively directing a lot of films. That's my plan. Or acting in films. I've recently, because of TikTok, gotten in a lot more acting, so hopefully I will have acted in a TV show or a film or something by that point, because I've been doing auditions, and hopefully I will book one in 3 years. When did you first go viral? My first viral video, which I considered viral at the time, now I would probably consider that like not viral, but like a lot of views. But December of 2019, I made a video about with me and my roommate, my old roommate at the time. We were in college, and we were like simultaneously speaking this Christmas poem that he like had thought up in the nights. It was very random, very weird. We just were speaking at the same time, and that video I think got around 300,000 views or something like that at the time. And I thought I was legit famous. I was like, I've made it. Everyone knows who I am now. I'm a content creator. But yeah, from that video, I kind of started trying to do more creation for the public. But yeah, since then I've definitely changed my content. We've like really shaped it down to like what I really enjoy doing. But yes, my first viral video was this weird Christmas poem thing. Who were the first creators you followed on social media? Okay, I remember the two creators that I followed first, other than friends. On TikTok, and I'm talking about TikTok, the first two creators that I followed were Jericho and Frankie is Fun. They were both comedy creators that I thought were hilarious. They still are hilarious. I'm friends with them now, which is funny. But yeah, I just worshiped their stuff. It was so funny, the stuff they put out. A lot of like weird off-the-wall comedy, unexplainable plot lines, and I just thought they were killing it, and it was so funny. I remember the day Jericho followed me back, I was like so enamored. I was like, this is insane, like a hero just followed me. But yeah, they're great. They're great people. What is my favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is certainly Halloween. Like 100% Halloween. Spooky season is my season. I love like the lore and the tradition of like cobwebs and just eerie creaks in the night, and like I love making haunted houses. Like I've made 2 or 3 haunted houses back home in my hometown for my home neighborhood, and it's so much fun. I think Halloween is like the most cinematic holiday. There's a lot of storytelling that goes on. Everyone's decorating, everyone's house has a story of like, is it a haunted house? Is it an asylum? Is it a graveyard? Like I just think it's just the whole season. Dressing up, playing a character for the night, everything about it screams me. I love it. Love Halloween. Who are my role models? I really have one person that I like would love to emulate their life. That's Walt Disney. I think he stands for everything that like from a storyteller and artist that I would like want to be. He was like a pioneer. He made theme parks, or like had the idea behind that, and fusing that with like his own films. And he kind of just started from the ground up, was like a poor guy that just like built what is now Disney. Like who wouldn't want to be that? And like I feel like he pushed the boundaries of storytelling and did a lot of things, like the first full-length animated feature, like things that were unheard of. He was like, we can make this happen, we can make this dream a reality. And I wanted to be a Disney Imagineer before I ever even got into film, so like I think I have a lot to desire from Walt Disney's life. So like Walt Disney is a role model.